So, a lot of people that are going to watch this are homeowners already.
Good.
Kudos to them. You took a major step. That's great to hear. I want to talk a little bit about home value, how they could get their home to appraise higher with little money, and how to get their home to appraise higher with a lot of money. Tell me some differences about that.
Okay, well, I mean, home ownership is expensive. Everybody knows. You got to put down your down payment.
Yes.
Continue to make your mortgage payments. Try not to do a 30-day late. They significantly impact your credit score. And all this will come down to financing later when you want to refinance or you want to sell. So little projects to do is baseboards, get them cleaned up, got some fresh paint, make sure your fascias are cool, your exterior, your outside home looks good, your roof's in good shape. Now, with real estate, we say location, location, location. So your location is going to determine a lot of your home value. What you want to do is connect with your local real estate expert who markets that neighborhood and get a CMA.
Where would they get a real estate expert from?
Well, fortunately for everybody tuning in here, all you have to do is look up Excellence Real Estate HG Noel Sena, and we'll have one of those over to you probably within 6 hours of your request or sooner. So if you send me a text or an email, we got to pull the report, the data. We'll send you to your email, nice report, and you'll be able to see your housing trends. Is your market going up? Is it going down?
Yeah.
How's it going in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
But there's depending on the neighborhood, we have a lot of different scenarios. Some homes are big in a smaller area. Some homes are vice versa, and it's going to depend a lot on your value and go from there. But some of the expensive projects, as a homeowner myself, and so a couple of my clients, concrete work. I had a guy tell me one time, "No, I did all this concrete work. I spent $30,000 on this concrete." I'm like, "It's expensive, but according to the market data, this is what your home is worth." That's an expensive one, and sometimes on that he didn't get his money on his concrete work.
Yeah.
Now the client that has the kitchen and it's all done up, looks like a 10. They tend to get a little bit more value because the kitchen is the heart of the home.
Now, I've always heard that, like, your backyard, landscaping, it's great for a fast sell, right?
Right.
You could sell it quicker than if you didn't have it, but you're not going to get your return on investment.
Right.
Because you're going to spend, like you said, $30,000 on landscaping in your backyard, but it's not going to really turn into any concrete money at the end, especially with pools as well. I think it's only like 10% of what you put into the pool you get back.
Well, with a pool, you could always determine about $25K for like a smaller one if it's in ground. Now the above ground ones.
I'm sorry, you're talking about building or what you're getting back from it?
Yeah, well, say for instance you have a home and you're selling and it has a pool, but you looked up comps in the neighborhood and none of those comps have pools.
Okay.
You could value that pool usually about $25,000 to $30,000 depending on how big it is. So we have to make those assessments, and that's ultimately an opinion. But if you talk to local contractors on how much the value is, you'll be on point on what your sale is on that house. Now, the nicer the pool, the more value it takes. But again, it's going to come up to the appraiser, and I don't recommend doing paying for an appraiser because they're opinions. So once you go into an escrow and you needed another appraiser, then you got a whole different opinion. But we as homeowners and as agents and brokers, we just have to have the data that supports our conclusion and why. And that's something we could present to anybody if they say the home is not worth that much. I'm going to say, well, why not? And they're going to tell me their data, and I'm going to say, well, look at this data as well. So we all make an educated decision.
Your due diligence, right?
That's due diligence, yes.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because with appraisals and all this stuff like that, it's hard for homeowners because they think like, hey, but I did this. So a lot of things when it comes to appraising is, what are the homes selling? What do they have? Do they all have granite? Do they all have what's the other thing opposite of granite?
Tile. They have the concrete slab ones.
Yeah. So
the marble.
What's selling in your area? If you want to sell your home, what's selling in your area? Do that. Because if all the homes in your area are all carpeted and they're selling for X amount of dollars and you want to get that dollar amount, well, guess what? You're going to have to carpet your home because you want to almost be like-minded with them, right? Because if all these homes are getting $300,000 and they're like this and they're selling, then that's what you kind of want to, you want to follow the trends, right?